A mansplaining convention, breaking and entering, and toe sucking, and Lori Laughlin preps for prison in today's episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes! To 1, 2, 3 Jokes, a competitive comedy podcast where we read 3 stories from the news, tell 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leon.
I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Aaron Kraft.
Welcome, everybody. Another episode, unfortunately, without Carly.
What?
Yeah.
Another one?
She's so busy.
Damn it, Carly.
Yeah, she's a real pain in the ass.
Get on the ball.
Yeah. She's getting that MBA, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah,
what does it mean?
No, she's talking
Mucho
about
booty
that.
ass.
She's talking about
She getting that mucho booty ass, y'all.
She working for that mucho booty ass. Yeah. Apparently these MBAs take a lot of your time. So I've heard. What else do we have on MBAs? Anybody?
Coming up next week, an apology to Carly.
I don't see that happening. Guys, what's going on? Anything new?
Yeah, we had our live show last week. Thanks to everybody who came out. Really appreciated seeing you out there.
Yeah, that was cool.
It went
awesome.
Really well.
Cool, awesome,
Radical, bodacious.
Radical.
Some said
Bitchin'.
tubular. There was one guy there that said, this is tubular.
No, he said totally tubular.
Oh, totally. My bad. My mistake. But
But he was a crazy homeless man.
a totally tubular homeless
Is there any
man.
other kind?
You know,
No.
probably there's homeless men out there that are like came from the time where totally tubular was a phrase.
The
like
80s?
common Yeah.
Was it really a phrase though? Like it was just like it's a surfing term, correct?
Totally tubular, man.
I believe it's a surf slang or something like that.
Like the break of the wave is tubular? Is that
Maybe.
what
I
is
think
that what-
like something like that.
we're getting into the etymology of 80s slang?
I'm sorry. Did you have something better?
Nope, I don't. Oh, but before we go, we'll let you know about our next live show coming soon. So
Yes.
yeah.
What? Another one?
Yes, Aaron. You signed on the dotted line. You're in for the long haul.
I did not realize there was yet another live show.
We have you contracted for the next 14 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's the next 4 million years. We're like Scientology, so sorry, bro.
We're a lot like Scientology if you think about it.
That's fucked up, y'all.
Because you guys like beat me up all the time for talking too much.
Can we get Tom Cruise on the show?
Yeah, we should
Sure.
be able to. He can jump on that couch.
You can jump on this couch right here.
You can jump on this couch.
I love her. Is that what he said?
Remember when that happened 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Hey, you're being glib, Jeremy.
Isn't that their leader? Glib?
All praise to Glib.
Yeah. Okay.
Episode title: All praise to Gib. Glib.
Glib. Gib.
Oh, the almighty Barry.
All praise to Gib.
Isn't that Bee Gees?
A lot of
Gib.
love
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Gib. That's
Hey.
a good podcast if we ever started.
A lot of love to Gib.
No, because the love is nothing.
Yeah. A lot of love to Gib.
We have love. Love is a real thing.
Or rub to
It's like
Gib.
Buckwheat's podcast.
This show is so
What's happening?
old.
It's not old anymore. He just did Buckwheat like last
That
month
was old.
on Saturday Night Live.
Everybody in the audience had no idea what he was doing. I bet you
Can
$1
we
million.
all agree? Too many bringbacks of
The
characters.
buckwheat thing, they didn't need to do. That could have been. They didn't need to do that at all.
I thought the pimp on Jeopardy was
Yeah, Velvet Jones. I was hoping for more
I
from
think that was
from
that was a reference to an old character.
right.
too.
That was yeah. I was
You
like,
like that
okay,
one.
I could have used something new here.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was long in the tooth. Is that?
And also, this episode is like 30 years ago. Like, we're talking about everything that just happened far
weeks
and
ago.
away. Yeah.
I thought that I liked the elf one because he was really like
Going crazy.
performing, and it wasn't another character that he'd already done.
Yeah.
And then I liked the one that was like a Christmas dinner.
Yeah,
or
I like that
Thanksgiving
a
dinner,
lot. I
where it
really
was like a
liked
little short
Yeah,
movie.
that was good.
That was good.
All right, speaking of good, how about you? You guys want to get into round one?
Possibly speaking of good.
That was SNL chat.
You mean speaking of glib? Do we want to get into round one?
Yeah. Aaron, please.
Sorry.
Round one.
I do think we should make that our mascot / spiritual leader, Glib. Almighty Glib.
Almighty Glib.
We pay homage to Glib.
Long live the cynicism.
All right. Round one. Mansplaining convention coming to Orlando promises to, quote, make women great again. Organizers say it is destined to be the mansplaining event of the century.
It was foretold.
It was foretold. So
I'm telling you right
unfortunate.
now, it's the mansplaining event of the century. Yeah.
I wish so badly Carly could be here to participate in this here. But
I should probably just
She'd
say
all-
something that a woman would say.
Yeah.
All wound up.
Well, for all you women listening, let me break this down to
Can
you.
you take a break from your shopping?
Okay.
Yeah, slow down too, Jeremy. They may not get it all at first.
All right.
God.
Now we're joking.
Okay.
We're
Me
joking.
and Rick are
Well,
joking.
I'm glad
Joking.
yeah. What? So I started joking. They're like, "No, we should cut that out." Yeah.
No.
You just question the intelligence of the whole gender.
On a joke podcast.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Fucking hell.
Let me try to bring you guys back here. Brought to you by the same Orlando-based brothers who host the 21 convention to, quote, actualize the ideal man. The 22 convention is coming to make women great again. The May event will be held at an Orlando location disclosed to only those who pay for admission. The tickets cost almost $2,000,
Oh.
but they're on sale for $1,000. There's
And
a
Aaron
sale.
says,
Yeah. Yay, I can do that. But they're only sold to women.
Oh,
Aw, but all the speakers are men.
yeah.
It's ladies'
The
night.
convention website says,
Yeah, I know. That's what it sounds like. Half off.
yeah,
Oh, what in
ladies
that?
sit and listen for half off. I'm gonna do my best impression of Carly being a dumb guy. Women today are being taught to act more like men, says the 22 convention
You know,
website.
Jeremy, you can just use your normal voice.
Ouch.
No,
Fucking hell.
damn. I don't get it. Which they say has led to divorce, depression, dysfunction, and rampant single motherhood. No longer will you have to give in to toxic bullying feminist dogma and go against your biological nature, say organizers. Mansplainers on hand to redirect the wayward women in attendance include the convention founder, Anthony Johnson. I just wanted to disparage the name.
Thank you.
Anthony Johnson. Am I right?
Possibly.
Whose bio says his mission is to destroy the feminist establishment. Another guy, Alexander Coates, describes himself as a fitness guru, a modern-day philosopher, winning the minds of women and winning the minds of men and the hearts of women. Because I guess women don't have minds.
That's
Yeah,
what
right?
they get.
Yeah.
He's getting at the heart. He's like, they're motivated by emotion.
Yeah, that's good point. Topics the men will discuss include the ills of feminism, the war on motherhood, beauty and obesity.
And where's the clitoris?
Whoa.
Well, why do they have to explain to women where the
Oh, yeah,
clitoris
you're
is?
right.
Let me tell
okay.
you where your clip
Yeah,
is.
because they're mansplaining it.
I'm pretty sure it's this thing right here.
Ladies, you're wrong. Let me tell you where the clitoris is.
You should be feeling good now.
It's wherever my thumb happens to be, okay? Get over it. Anyways, topics
Oh, my
include
God.
the ills of feminism, war on motherhood, beauty and obesity.
Beauty and obesity.
Tale as old as time. Love and dating. Getting pregnant and having unlimited babies.
Are you reading your jokes? Because this is
No.
hilarious. Jeez.
You're an awful person, Aaron Kraft.
Because
Getting-
it's so absurd.
Getting in shape, beating the competition to, quote, become the ultimate wife, and he's dying over here.
This is terrible. This is so bad.
And boosting femininity. On the website, a picture next to one of the femininity topics is of a smiling woman with a statement that says, quote, men prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos. Their message is when women
I
do...
literally like the opposite.
I like debt-ladled or saddled.
Yeah.
ladled
They spent all
Ladled.
those money on those tattoos.
non-virgins. with tattoos. Their message is when women do anything that these bros don't like, anything that goes against the most antiquated notions of women, that's a woman acting like a man. And a woman acting this way confuses the order of things and ruins the world. And only men can say what is properly women behavior.
Oh my god.
Now, I don't know that we can make Aaron Kraft laugh harder than he did at the article. It's just the stating of the facts.
So-
and
It set the bar pretty high there, y'all.
So I guess right now, article wins this
so
round.
far, it's
Do
in the
we
lead.
even need to
Definitely
do
in the lead.
jokes?
That is the most absurd shit I've heard.
Well, who wants to start off?
We'll start us off.
I'll
Ricky?
start us off. I was only a bit.
And away we go.
I was only a bit. I was only able to afford a floor pass, which means I have to scrub the floor.
Ah,
That was a woman's
that's
perspective.
I get it. That was
Yeah.
women's getting a ticket.
Speeches and presentations make up very little of the actual convention. It's mostly just smoking cigars while wearing dingy undershirts.
Women who buy tickets will be given directions to the venue. Step 1, get in the car. Step 2, turn it on. Then back out of the driveway. Watch out for that. You know what? Just let a man drive you there.
I don't know why this tickles Aaron so much.
Oh my god. All right.
Feminism makes women act more like men, but will it make them look more like men? I'm asking for a friend, a female friend that I'd like to be more masculine so I can find her physically attractive.
Okay.
I like men.
Yeah. The location of the event is only known to those who pay admission, but word is that it's being held in a cool secret treehouse.
Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me. Organizer just sent this tweet.
To my phone.
I wonder why to Aaron's phone.
Yeah, Aaron
Strange.
seems to follow.
Cover's blown.
Cool! Exclamation point. Looks like group of fine feminine event volunteers have come together to make sure every woman in attendance receives a handmade tail, whatever that is.
Okay.
Was that worth it?
You had me until tail, but we'll talk about that later.
I don't know if you got it then.
Did you get some tail, Aaron?
Handmade.
That means he masturbated.
The next week, the convention hall will be filled with loser males whose inability to talk to women will cause them to fantasize about a version of a woman that doesn't exist. An 8-foot tall woman with blue skin. Get your tickets to Comic-Con today.
All right. Women today, am I right, fellas? Mm-hmm. They just keep moving right along and refuse to ask men for directions.
The site says, men prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos. Guys, I have to agree. I mean, as long as she's debt-free, a virgin, and without tattoos, I'm interested. No matter how much debt she's in, or her sexual experience, with or without tattoos, that's just what I'm into.
Yeah. All right. Round 1 in the books, and as predicted, Aaron Kraft did not laugh as hard at these jokes.
The prophecy has been foretold.
Yeah.
No.
Praise glib.
Don't be glib, Bob.
Aaron, we saw you. We saw you laughing and cracking up at the article.
Let me mansplain this to you. I enjoyed that entire round. That was fucking great. I don't think that was probably the most enjoyable round for me since I've started judging on this.
Interesting.
So to break it down, I think Bob's treehouse joke
Thank you.
was very clever. I'm going to give you the clever award for that one. And that one landed too, so you got a point for that.
Thank you.
Rick, you had
An award and a point.
You had a soft land. Your floor pass, your first joke, like it elicited a response, but it was a bit of a muted response. And then your Comic-Con one at the end, People like that.
I
That was
like
good.
that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Jeremy
that one
liked
I
that.
like.
Yeah,
that
they
one.
like that.
See?
And then Jeremy, the directions. Yeah, I laughed really hard at that. But what was your second joke? The Handmaid's Tale. You had me until Tale.
The
Then
Handmaid's Tale is a book and a series
right.
about a dystopian world, where women are totally subjugated.
Oh, I never read the book. I just knew the.
You didn't
know
even
the
see the
show,
series?
I never saw it. No.
It's good.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what
Pretty
I'm
good.
saying is the joke is someone's going to hand out the Handmaid's Tales to all the women,
Yeah.
and the guy goes, "Oh, great! A bunch of women have handmade some tales to hand out."
Yeah.
It was far fetched.
Thank you for mansplaining that to me. I needed it. And then your last joke. So you basically just into everything. Is kind of what that was going
That's
for.
kind of
right?
what the joke was. There,
I like
yeah.
that. No, that was clever. So I'm going to give this round to Jeremy, y'all. But Rick, that was a close second on your part.
I liked mine. I gotta be honest.
Treehouse
Your
was that was hilarious.
Was that the one of your three you're most fighting for?
Yeah, I
here?
would say that one.
I like that.
That
one.
was really
Treehouse.
good. But they had two that landed. You just had the one.
The article landed with you, Aaron, so I
It did.
can't say that I really believe in.
Do you think there's an
The
inherent
system.
bias in my judging?
No, I can honestly say there isn't. Like it's all over the place sometimes.
So me and Rick both had landings. Rick was a little softer than mine, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Like a hard.
I think there's
landing.
a pill for that.
And a soft landing there as well.
Not a comedian. See, I have an out when I'm not funny. I'm not a comedian.
All right, you guys ready for round two?
Sure thing.
Florida man wakes up to find burglar sucking his toes. A Florida man woke up on Christmas Eve to find a burglar sucking on his toes, according to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office.
Manatee.
Manatee.
Manitou.
It's a whole county.
This took place under the sea.
They were gonna call it Sea Cow County. It just went with Manatee.
Or C County.
Sea County with a W. I love stupid shit like that.
No kidding.
See, stupid shit needs love too, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, you're not a comedian?
Not a comedian.
And trust me, stupid shit gets a lot of love on this show.
Right. That's how I fit in.
When the Bradenton resident asked the stranger what he was doing in his house, the stranger said he was there to suck toes, according to an incident
Now you gotta
report.
say, I'm here to suck toes.
I'm here to suck toes, take names, and suck more toes.
And I'm done taking names.
Yeah, I'm already out of names.
Damn it. That's not going to go.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Continue.
Okay. A fight broke out, and during the struggle, the suspect tried to grab the victim's genitals and claimed to have a gun. Aaron.
So he's sucking toes, he's grabbing genitals.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
living the life.
Deputies said that no weapon was found at the scene. The victim eventually forced the other man out of the house, but deputies say the suspect smashed one of the home's windows as well as the windshield of the guy's car. The Herald reports that the investigators swabbed the victim's toes for DNA and tried to track the suspect with the dog police, but the alleged toe-sucking burglar escaped.
But the dog just licked the toes instead.
That's his prerogative. They did the dog test first and then the DNA test second and said, well, I think your suspect is peanut butter. I just made that up.
How'd he know?
Yeah.
Officers are continuing to investigate. Bob, you want to really start us off here?
I guess. Man. Yeah, I should have taken another look at these. It says officers are continuing to investigate. Not sure why. Just put a dirty sock on a windowsill and wait for him to float on over.
So this happened on Christmas Eve, and it just stresses the point. Bro, Santa, you've got to lock the chimney behind you.
Sent. That's messed up, man.
Happens on Christmas Eve, that's why. As your lawyer, I recommend you do not take the stand. You could really put your foot in your mouth with that toe thing.
The article stated the burglar was there specifically to suck toes, but actually he said he was there to chew bubblegum and suck toes. He was all out of bubblegum.
Okay.
Victim of circumstance.
Did you just change that? Or that's
No,
how
that's the joke.
And I'm going to give it to him because we laughed the first time that we said that.
When we said it, we laughed.
I can't say it enough. The only way to stop a bad guy from breaking in and sucking on your toes is socks. Yeah. I'm sorry.
You don't have to
I
apologize.
have to apologize.
I
I'm
honestly thought you were
sorry.
going to say a good guy sucking toes, but
I guess
the only thing that stops a bad guy sucking toes is a good guy.
socks. I should have delivered it differently. I should have said, is socks.
I mean, it helps, I guess.
That Christmas Eve, had the unlawful toe sucker died, the victim would have to have taken his place next year as the toe sucker. Damn it, I fucked that one up.
So if he dies,
It's like the
oh,
Santa,
like the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Toto Shako.
Hope you guys are getting these reference, audience.
Well, the few that do, they're going to be with us for a long time. Most Florida burglars have poor eyesight and use their other senses to get around. They actually don't like the taste of human toes and spit them out when they realize it's not food.
So the police do have a suspect. Goes by the name of Manny Petty. If you know the whereabouts of Manny Petty, post it to your Instagram.
This little piggy had roast beef and this little piggy had none. And this little piggy went wee, wee, wee all the way to the fucking police station. Not cool, man.
Aaron Kraft, that'll do it for the jokes in this round. What do you say?
Am I the only one that sees the irony of the pig going to the
Right.
police?
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah.
Oh, okay,
I thought
good.
about
Okay,
that.
so it's not just me.
Guys, everybody gets jokes on this show, okay? We got it.
Please. Okay. That was a hilarious round.
What?
It was funny.
You see? You see?
I thought it was funny.
That's
I'm
all
getting
right.
knocked for enjoying the round. You know, there's just no winning
I'm
with
not
this job.
knocking you. I'm just
Literally no winning.
bewildered.
I can't even vote for myself, so I never do win technically.
Vote for yourself.
I'm gonna
Stand up for yourself.
A vote for me is a vote for you. No.
stand up to us once in a while.
I like Jeremy's Santa Claus joke. That shit made me laugh. Though I thought your second one, I thought you were going to say the only thing that stops a bad guy sucking toes is a good guy sucking toes, which I would have put as the joke.
Which
Yeah,
I
That's what I
agree.
thought too.
Okay.
But you went left, which is cool. But I don't think, because you experimented with some different punchline or different
Like
deliveries.
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think the punchline itself was funny, so it doesn't matter how you deliver it.
Ooh.
You know,
I just
So,
don't think
wait,
you got what it takes.
But once again, you're not a comedian,
I'm
right?
not a comedian. Yeah,
Let me
no, he's
just
right. He's
clarify.
right. No, I'm pretty shit at comedy. So I will take Jeremy's word over mine on what's funny.
Just clarify, you're a little bitch, right?
Leave him alone.
You know what? That's a good point, Jeremy. You get some points. Sorry. I shouldn't have questioned it.
I am a bitch and you win the game.
No, it's okay. I called him not funny. He called me a bitch. I think it's a fair exchange. I'll allow it. No. So Rick, foot and mouth, and your last one, pig to the police. That was good stuff.
Pig to the
Pig to the
police.
police.
Pig to the police.
Pig to the police. That's how I treat them.
We need like a rap sample behind you. This little piggy went to the police. And then I thought Bob's first joke was really clever, the dirty sock on the sole, because that's how in like Japan they'll catch the panty thieves by leaving the.
Really?
I was not aware of that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so from
I had a more innocent.
Like his, I was picturing like the cartoon
the
wolf
the
going
pie,
to the pie
on the windowsill.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't thinking of dirty panties.
Well, similar idea. Well, I don't. They're not dirty.
I wasn't some creepo.
All right, explain the panties on this. On
Yeah,
the
so-
sale.
And very slowly.
So in Japan, no, they men will buy panties from vending machines, like used panties from vending machines. It's a thing, right? They
Yeah.
got a fetish.
I've heard.
But men who don't want to pay, they'll just steal them off the clothesline when they're being dried out, side. So what the police will do is like set up panties, and when men steal them, they'll
Bait
catch them.
panties?
Yeah, bait panties. Yeah.
So these are panties that have been used and then washed and then packaged for a vending machine,
They haven't been washed.
and they're marketed as
Dirty.
used.
Oh.
Dirty.
Used.
I don't know.
panties.
No. So two separate things. So the ones in the vending machines are supposed to be from like adult stars.
Film stars.
Film stars.
Adult film stars, yeah. So, and then the ones hanging out, they're just regular people's panties, but like the police are trying
Episode
RPP.
title: Regular people's panties.
and
Panties for the regular people.
So that's the explanation. I thought that's where you're going, but it's similar to putting a pie on the sill, kind of, right? You know,
I suppose so.
a little similar. Okay. And then your second joke. What was your second joke? I just wrote suck toes.
The suck toes chew bubble gum.
Yeah, no, we laughed at it the first time, so which makes me think that that was actually the joke of the round.
I knew what was going to happen after that riff before the jokes. So
Did you know that I'm going to give you a point for this round?
I didn't know that.
Whoa.
Bob, you get a point.
What?
I knew you were going to give me 2 points.
One of Jeremy's landed, Santa. 2 of Bob's landed, 2 of Rick's landed, but Bob had the extra momentum with that joke, so he gets...
The joke that got no reaction because it was already chewed food.
Oh, which makes Bob ahead with 2.
Bob's got 2 points already?
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
Sounds
good.
good. Well,
It's anyone's
congratulations.
game.
Congratulations, Bob.
Maybe.
We can change up the point structure for round 3 if you
I
want
would
to.
appreciate that because
It's a-
right now, if you don't, Bob wins. So
Double
please
or
change
nothing.
it.
Listeners may know that it's judge's discretion. So if he wants to award 100 points in that last round, he's free to do it. He may be hated and reviled.
He may be ridiculed.
That's all I have.
I am hated and reviled. Anyways, now so let's take a vote. Should we do double or nothing last round?
It's your
Sure to
decision,
you.
Aaron Kraft.
I want to do a vote.
We bring you in here to make these difficult decisions for
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
And then hound you if you do something we don't like.
Nobody wants to vote, so we'll just keep rolling. Then, so far it's 2 Bob, everybody else 0.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
All right. 100-point round coming up. Lori Laughlin hires prison expert to help her learn the ropes if she serves time. Lori Laughlin is preparing for every possible outcome in her upcoming trial in her high-profile college admissions scandal. College admissions scandal. Say that 5 times
Bravo.
fast. I did it once, slowly.
College admissions scandal. That is hard to
College
say.
admissions scandal,
Yeah.
including learning what life will be like if she ends up serving jail time. Quote, she has someone who is advising her what to do in case she loses her case and goes to prison, a source close to the Fuller House actress tells People. The magazine, not just People, tells People.
Regular people.
Regular people and their panties.
Let me tell your panties something.
Cover your ears.
A source tells other people's panties. The advisor is there to help her learn the ropes, and that's not to be construed that she thinks she's going to lose her case, but she's a planner and she's doing what she needs to do for all contingencies. Laughlin, who's 55, faces up to 45 years in prison for her alleged role in the scandal.
It's messed up.
Damn,
It's a long time.
it's a long time. The whole point is to have someone tell her how to keep herself safe, the source tells People. She needs to keep a low profile if she's incarcerated. Obviously, she's going to stand out because all the publicity and because she's a star. She can't do anything about that. But she doesn't want to stand out because she's so green that she does the wrong things. Table manners are different. Social interactions are different, the source says. Here on the outside, eye contact is a good thing. Here on the outside, eye contact is a good thing. You meet someone and you shake their hands and stare them in the eyes. But in prison, you might not do that. You don't want to challenge someone. Prison is a very different world than Hollywood, and Lori's just trying to be prepared. She is preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best.
Dang, 45 years for that?
That does seem
45 years?
excessive. Yeah.
45 years, and then on the 18th year, she found out it wasn't hers.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. I'll go first since I only have 2 jokes this round.
Oh. Okay. Double and nothing.
Just like in her role as Aunt Becky, is it Aunt Becky or Aunt Becky?
They say aunt, but it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It's
What do you
Becky.
white people say? Do you say Aunt Becky
I like
or
aunt.
Aunt Becky?
You are the whitest person here. Easily.
Oh.
You have the darkest complexion, though.
Yeah.
I'm the darkest white person here. Just like in her role as Aunt Becky, in prison, she'll find no shortage of volunteers to handle her twins.
It brought us back a little bit.
Prison couldn't possibly be worse than a family of 4 living in a basement in an already full house.
Celebrities are fortunate in that they, if they commit a crime, they only go to the big house, not the more stressful and dangerous bigger house.
The more pointless bigger house. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. Undoubtedly,
That was unfortunate.
undoubtedly, in prison she'll have to defend herself from lesbian attacks. One in particular, known as the Kimmy Gibbler. That's when a woman shows up in your cell uninvited and tries to gibble your Kimmy.
Ay, ay, ay. That was unfortunate.
Listen here, you Kimmy Gibbler. Stars are just like us. They put their pants on one leg at a time and use ramen noodles and cigarettes as currency, just like everyone else.
Here's a tip. On the first day, go to the biggest inmate in the yard and have a heart-to-heart with soft music in the background.
Oh, yeah. Like Lifetime.
Oh.
Television for inmates.
I'm just thinking of Full House. That's
Oh.
because they always had a special moment in each episode.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, any thoughts?
I was thinking Lifetime should be a channel for death row inmates. Lifetime television for inmates.
That's funny.
Perhaps for... All right. Jeremy, anything off the top of the head?
That
Any
was it.
That was
closing
it. That
thoughts?
It's good.
Well, that was it for Aaron, I suppose.
Lori Laughlin has been training for months for this. The big...
For the big
Larry.
Yeah, go by Larry.
That's her name when she
That'll
gets
go
out.
over well.
Oh, Lori is not here anymore.
Lori Laughlin has been training for this role her entire life. A mother who cares too much about her kids and now has cornrows.
The source says prison is a very different world. Very true. Table manners, for instance. Normally the spoon would go on the right. In prison, it goes into the ribs of a rival inmate after you sharpened it in your cell.
A shank joke.
Finally.
Yeah, it's the last joke. I was waiting for somebody to make a shank joke.
I made a shiv joke, so I don't know.
Was that a shiv?
You shank somebody with
And
a shiv.
find
Oh, you
more.
shank with a shiv.
You shank with a ship?
In my experience, you shank with a shiv.
You shank with a shiv. I thought I thought they were the same thing.
And you can find more on shankjoke.com.
I don't know who that
Shank
is. But
joke. Kill the joke. Kill it.
You guys don't know shanko.com?
Oh.
Is
Aaron
that, that's not even real.
Crafts, we need judgment.
Jeremy, what's a Kimmy Gibbler?
He told you.
I explained what that is.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes.
They nibble your
Did you
kimmies.
Gibble.
It's when and you're in
Oh, yeah,
prison
gibble.
and a woman shows up in your cell uninvited and tries to gibble your Kimmy.
Is that the name of somebody though, or something?
Oh, yeah. Kimmy Gibbler
no!
was their annoying neighbor.
My brilliant joke.
Really? It was
Yeah.
the neighbor. No, that's good. That's really good. Okay, no. This is a tough round because I gotta say, I think just about every joke landed, y'all. Like,
All right.
Okay.
and after Jeremy explained his,
landed even better.
I think it's hilarious. And then Jeremy actually came through. He didn't have one, and then he made the Lifetime a channel for death row inmates. It's just so cruel. I have to love it.
So cruel, you have to love it. Interesting.
I loved Rick's delivery on your first joke. Like the way you said it was really funny.
I don't remember what it was.
I just wrote down Full House, but I did like the
Oh,
delivery.
yeah. The Ford family of 4.
Yeah.
They lived in the basement.
Yeah.
I mean, the attic.
Attic, yeah.
Shit. Did I
The
say
attic.
basement
Joey
before,
was
too?
in the basement.
You did say basement. But
Oh, yeah. Joey was in the basement. And it also used to be like a recording studio, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, where they did their radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Rick had great delivery in
Ridiculous show.
all of his. The cornrows one, I didn't think the punchline was funny, but your delivery made me
See,
laugh.
I thought the
Cornell?
punchline was funny.
Well, either way, we laughed, right? So
No, not either way.
yeah, what? All roads lead to the laughter here. Right?
Not always.
But well, this round, because I thought all these were great, and then Bob had the shank joke, so I was waiting for that. I was waiting for a shiv shank joke. I thought your heart to heart was actually the cleverest joke.
That was good. I'm sorry I stepped on it with taking it to Lifetime. I should have thought. That is the show. That is the Fuller House show.
It's all right.
But Lori Laughlin is in like Lifetime movies. And
She
stuff.
is. That's why I thought Lifetime. My bad.
I have not seen much
I
Lifetime
apologize.
programming, so I don't.
Oh, you're missing out.
Apparently,
Yeah. It's I don't know. I can't stand Lifetime, but and then Bigger House was really clever too, because the reboot really sucks. So
I
The
gotta say
reboot
that.
is exactly like the old show.
I gotta
Yeah.
say that one was my favorite. You go from the big house to bigger house.
Yeah.
That's
that was actually that was really good.
that's a clean sweep contender if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, well, Bob's just killing it this show, guys. So obviously he wins, but I'm gonna give everybody a point on that round because that was really good.
so the final score would be 1-1-102.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Or is it 100, 100, 100 too?
I like mine better,
And then you only win
where
by
I
two.
win by a bunch.
But-
All right, congratulations to me.
Congratulations to you, Bob Timmons. Unfortunately, you didn't shut us out. You know, maybe better luck next time.
Not a shutout. No.
Well, we're all disappointed in that. So maybe next time. Normally, this is the part of the show where we'd go to Carly Kastner, our newsreader, and see if she had any burning questions, but she ain't here, and she got none. So what do we do?
All right. Well,
Do we have a segment debut
you don't
from
even- I don't.
Aaron
this time.
Kraft?
What? No.
It's just a conversation starter, right?
All right,
All right. Let's go back to Aaron's favorite topic of all time: mansplaining.
Okay, I actually have a theory about mansplaining. I do.
I have a story here. After your.
Oh, I'm sorry.
after
I'll
you
be
go.
quick. I'll be very quick. I think sometimes mansplaining, I think most of the time mansplaining is men being incredibly rude and obnoxious. But I think the other, like maybe sometimes it's just men not knowing how to actually have a proper conversation. Because I think men will even talk to other men in that sort of diminutive way.
And you're also an apologist for men, right?
Am I? I don't know.
Like, officially?
Have I apologized for men before?
Do you have the card? Did they give you the card?
My weed card?
No, the
Oh.
the official
He is
apologist for
high
men
as fuck. He
card.
doesn't know what you're talking about. Rick, you were about to say something.
I don't remember.
We all high in this motherfucker.
I'll say, do you guys have a story where someone like called you out for mansplaining something, or like you
No.
stopped yourself from mansplaining
Yeah, no,
something?
it happened to me, and I didn't.
Interesting that it happened to Aaron.
No, it did. It did. I was at a conference, and I had just purchased a
What kind of conference?
it was
You know
a distance teaching and learning conference, so professional. It's what my career is. So I'm with this group, and we're talking about
My career is professional, just so you guys know.
It's not.
I do professional things for a living.
It's not the comedy podcast. It's my professional life. And we were in a group. We're talking about learning through virtual reality.
Okay.
And somebody on the other side of the group said, well, it's just not feasible to get into it because I think those virtual reality kits cost like $5,000 or something. And I happened to have just bought one, and I was like, oh no, all you need is $400 for the kit, and then you need about $1,000 computer that can run it. And she looked at me, and you could tell like it was like a mansplain moment. But I thought I was being literal and just relaying the facts, but I got the feeling that suddenly, because it was a group of women and it was a female that said that, and then I felt like sort of the hostility towards me after that.
Well, it's probably the fact that you put your arm around her and said, "Listen to your toots."
Shit, you're not supposed to do that?
No, I think that's where you went wrong.
I'll be better.
Yeah, be
I mean,
better.
I don't think you did anything wrong in that instance.
I don't
And
either.
I doubt. I bet you were just in your head about it. I bet they didn't really think you were.
I know, but the look was like, and my first thought was,
Are
oh
you
shit.
trying to explain to me what happened to you after I explain what happened?
Are
to
you craftsplaining right now?
I'm craftsplaining. Spreading it on. No, you're right, Bob. You're totally right.
I do have a. One time I was at a, one of the gas stations, kind of waiting to air up my tires, and there were two young ladies airing up their tires first, and I'm guessing they were college, kids at
Dear
ASU.
Penthouse.
And I was just standing off to the side waiting my turn, and I could tell they kind of weren't totally sure what they were doing, and they were like,
Wow.
is that enough? Is
Wow,
that good?
Jimmy.
And then I was I was kind of debating internally, do I go and help and just say like, hey, do you guys need a hand? Like, do you need to borrow my tire gauge? You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. It shoots up under pressure. And then, but I kind of stopped myself going like, well, I don't need to, I don't know.
So he peeled out and said, fuck you.
Yeah, maybe they are good on their own. They don't need some guy to come tell them how to inflate a tire.
Right.
Fuck women.
And then I'm thinking,
Making them feel uncomfortable. Getting too close.
Exactly. So I just offer like, hey, if you guys need any help, like, let me know, and kind of left it at that. But I was worried that I would do the wrong thing in that situation.
Well, Jeremy, I think you need to quit using your dick as a tire iron. I think that's the
As
first
a tire
step.
iron, gotta turn these lug nuts with my dick.
He's like,
Well, first he has to put the air up his butt, and then he can.
I can unscrew this tire in like 2 seconds.
And those of you not watching, you gotta watch.
You gotta
Get
watch
the
the
visuals
video.
on this.
Go to YouTube, check that out. That was great.
NASCAR caliber dick right here.
That was probably the highlight of the show right there.
Highlight.
The
Interesting.
sound was perfect too.
Oh,
We all have different definitions of highlight.
I have
enjoyable.
It was a low light of the show.
I've had a lot of women tell me like, you don't know what you sound like when you're, like when we're arguing or something.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
That's always happened. Like,
That's fair.
they're always, and then when they do like an impression of me, it's like, oh, I don't know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah,
my
you
voice
sound like that.
My voice isn't that deep.
You didn't know that? You sound like that.
Oh, this is what you sound like.
You holding that tall boy and doing that.
My hands in my pants.
For anyone not watching the video, it's a beer. He's not holding a tall boy.
Another highlight.
Who's been silent the entire time?
Okay.
What a well-trained tall boy.
That's how I train them.
How to train your tall boy.
Don't talk till I tell you to.
All right, well, let's get
that'll do it.
Get this freak show wrapped up.
We certainly appreciate you guys watching and listening. We want you to do more of it. We're online, of course, at 123 Jokes Podcast on Twitter, and you can find us anywhere that you find podcasts, Stitcher, iTunes, Podbean, etc. We're going to be there, and we're here on YouTube, of course. You're watching us right now. Please give us a like and subscribe and reviews anywhere that you can. It really does help us out.
Please share the show. Helps immensely.
Yes, and we hope to have some live show news here soon. And you could just follow us on Facebook or Twitter and find out more about that. Aaron Kraft, he does our theme music, and he's got more music if you want to hear it.
Yeah, come check me out at Captain Lovecraft, CAPT.LOVEKRAFT on SoundCloud. Check it out.
And I think that'll about do it for the show. We should have Carly back on the next one.
So with that, I'm Jeremy Martinez.
I'm Ricardo Leon.
I'm Bob Timmons.
And I'm Aaron Kraft.
This has been another episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes.
Jokes. Do you guys get that though? That, like women get mad at you because you're like
No.
not communicating right?